that Usyk wins thanks to his spirit. Did you feel it?
I didn't feel no spirit. I felt a little bit crisp.
After Tyson Fury's controversial unanimous decision loss to Oleksandr Usyk, Fury immediately voiced his displeasure, claiming that there were significant errors in the officiating and the scoring. The result, which saw Usyk secure a win with scorecards of 115-113, 116-112, and 117-111, was met with confusion and frustration from Fury, who believed he had controlled much of the fight, especially in the latter rounds. Fury's response to the decision was sharp and swift, as he argued that external factors, including Usyk's status as a symbol of Ukrainian resilience, might have influenced the judge's scoring. Fury's confidence in his own performance, despite entering the ring heavier, was evident throughout the fight. He insisted that he maintained a high pace for all 12 rounds, landing impactful punches and controlling the tempo. However, despite his strong showing, Usyk, known for his technical skill, speed, and footwork, dominated the early rounds. Fury's size and strength allowed him to land heavy body shots during the middle rounds, but Usyk bounced back in the later stages, maintaining control and securing the victory. The judge's scoring, however, was a major point of contention. One judge did not award Fury a single round in the second half of the fight, which Fury described as impossible and nonsense. Frank Warren, Fury's promoter, shared his disagreement with the scores, calling them an unfair reflection of the fight. Warren emphasized that it was hard to believe that a judge could score every round in favor of Usyk after Fury had clearly dominated parts of the fight. This led to Fury's decision to file a formal appeal, contesting the outcome and demanding changes to boxing's judging system. In his interviews following the fight, Fury maintained that he had given his all. He claimed that he was at just 40% of his potential during the previous fight, but was now at 110%. Fury was determined to make a statement in the rematch, promising that he would knock Usyk out and prove himself as the true heavyweight champion. "I did everything great last time, but this time it's going to be different," Fury said, citing the preparation and mindset he had going into the rematch. "Last time, I was only at 40%, but now I'm at 110%. I'm going to finish him off this time." Fury's confidence was also evident when discussing his past opponent, Anthony Joshua. Despite Joshua's impressive physical stature and fundamentals, Fury had little doubt about his own ability to beat him. "Jay's a big old boy, but he's a slow, methodical man. He gets deterred by a couple of jabs and a bit of head movement," Fury said. He further claimed that he could defeat Joshua with one hand tied behind his back, showing his belief in his own superiority in the division. There were rumors surrounding Fury's preparation for the rematch with Usyk. One particular rumor suggested that Fury had not sparred much in his previous camp due to concerns about an injury or cut. Fury quickly dismissed the rumor, stating that while he hadn't sparred as much as he would have liked, he did spar during his camp. "I did spar, but not as much as I wanted to. Let's just say the real Tyson Fury will turn up on fight night," he said. This added to the notion that Fury was expecting a different performance in the rematch, one that would be more complete and determined to secure victory. The fight between Fury and Usyk displayed contrasting styles. Usyk's speed and agility allowed him to outmaneuver Fury in the early rounds, while Fury's strategy involved using his size and strength to land heavy body shots and set the pace. As the fight progressed, Fury seemed to find his rhythm and fought more assertively, landing powerful punches. However, Usyk's technical prowess, footwork, and ring IQ allowed him to regain control in the later rounds, eventually winning the fight by unanimous decision. Despite his claims of dominance, Fury expressed frustration over what he felt was an unfair decision. He argued that the judges had failed to recognize his strength in the latter half of the fight, and that the decision to award Usyk the victory was influenced by external factors, including the narrative surrounding Usyk's role as a symbol of Ukrainian resistance. Fury made it clear that he felt wronged and would take the necessary steps to appeal the decision. While Fury's reaction was one of anger and frustration, the appeal process was seen by many as an uphill battle. Overturning a decision in boxing is extremely difficult, especially given the historical precedents of controversial draws and decisions in major bouts. A prime example of this was the 1999 draw between Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield, a decision that sparked similar outrage among fans and fighters alike. However, despite these challenges, Fury remained determined to have his case heard. For his part, Usyk remained confident in his performance, dismissing Fury's claims of a mistaken decision. The Ukrainian fighter dedicated his victory to his home country, emphasizing the significance of his win during a time of conflict in Ukraine. Usyk's camp maintained that the judges had accurately assessed the fight and that his victory was well-deserved. Usyk, who had been a dominant figure in the heavyweight division for years, was focused on continuing to prove himself as the best in the division. The aftermath of the fight sparked ongoing debates over the subjectivity of boxing's judging system. Fury's appeal highlighted what many saw as flaws in the way boxing matches were scored, with some critics calling for a more transparent and consistent judging system. Fury himself weighed in on the issue, calling for reforms and suggesting that boxing might benefit from technology to aid in the judging process. He humorously suggested that more jobs should be created for humans rather than relying on computers, which led to discussions about the future of boxing and the role of technology in the sport. The controversy surrounding the fight, coupled with Fury's appeal, raised questions about what the future held for the heavyweight division. The potential for a future matchup between Fury and Anthony Joshua was one of the most eagerly anticipated bouts in recent years. However, Fury's appeal and the ongoing debate over the scoring of the Usyk fight could delay this highly anticipated clash. Fans, pundits, and analysts were all left wondering how the controversy would affect the trajectory of the heavyweight division and whether Fury would ever get the chance to regain his title as the undisputed heavyweight champion. In the midst of all the drama surrounding the rematch, Fury remained confident that he would bounce back from the loss. His sense of humor and charismatic personality shone through in his interviews, even as he continued to voice his frustrations with the decision. "It's not my job to judge, but I know I won that fight," Fury said. "I'll take a few days off, have some food, drink some beers, and spend time with my family. After that, we'll talk about what's next." Fury's confidence in his own abilities never wavered, and he seemed determined to continue his reign as one of the sport's most dominant heavyweights. His appeal and the subsequent controversy were just the latest chapters in a career filled with highs and lows, with Fury vowing to come back stronger and more focused than ever before. His appeal was a testament to his belief in his own greatness and his willingness to fight for what he believed was rightfully his. As the controversy continued to unfold, many in the boxing world were left to ponder the state of the sport and the fairness of its judging system. The debate over the scoring of the Fury-Usyk rematch may have raised more questions than answers, but it also served as a reminder of the unpredictable nature of boxing and the passion it stirs among fans and fighters alike. Whether or not Fury's appeal will succeed remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the heavyweight division is far from settled, and the next chapter in this ongoing saga promises to be just as exciting and unpredictable as the fight itself. The controversy over the result of the Fury-Usyk fight has also led to calls for greater transparency in boxing's judging system. Many feel that the sport's current scoring system leaves too much room for subjective interpretation, and that reforms are needed to ensure that future matches are decided fairly. Some have even suggested that boxing should explore the use of technology to assist in the judging process, with the hope of eliminating inconsistencies and improving the accuracy of scoring. Despite these suggestions, it remains unclear whether such changes will be implemented in the near future. In the end, the Fury-Usyk rematch has sparked an ongoing conversation about the future of boxing, the fairness of its judging system, and the potential for reform. Whether or not Fury is successful in his appeal, the fight will go down as one of the most controversial bouts in recent boxing history, and its aftermath will continue to shape the narrative of the heavyweight division for years to come.